just in case, but the case that we keep trying to make with admin and district and everybody is that just because they can read doesn't mean that they understand the topic or what's being asked.
And and sometimes it'd be the opposite because civics is just like you said, it's just a recall.
Yeah, it's a lot of recall.
So would I put him in like someone I could hone in on?
Yeah, you can put him in your green to monitor.
Okay.
Because
he's not a good boy though.
Right. So even better, put him in your green to monitor because of his behavior and his level of reading.
Okay.
Like it's like, oh, he made a level 3. Don't know. Maybe.
Could
be.
Okay.
So for our level 2s, and I did share with you all the interventions, different things that we can do. We also talked about cross-curriculum. We talked about implementing some maybe note-taking, something tangible that they can touch and use possibly for testing. So let's think about our level 2s. Oh, let me reconnect to the screen too. This way, because when you look at those kids, and we're only going to be here for like 9 more minutes and we're going to do lunch. So when you look at these pink students, I'm going to pull them up.
Targets.
All right, so if you go to your student targets, the pink ones, this is the list. So you get your list and look at y'all pink. All of your 131 is pretty much in pink, which means that they're close. And you all already made the points that they need to increase.
All
right.
I just put on my own this paper.
Perfect.
So I can, the computer get on. I don't feel it.
So in looking at this data, we see PM1 and then we see PM level best, but you guys only had 1. So what you want to do, you see that prior year, and then you see the PM level. I am going to hit that arrow so I can see that the highest PM levels come up. But I have a question for you guys.
Oh my God.
Where is the score? Is this the score over here? PM1.
That's their percentage score, yeah.
Oh, okay. So that is the number that I want to be at I want the higher one at the top.
That's the lowest one. Currently, I think.
There we go. All right. And I believe 60 was the cutoff. Was it 60 that we were like, oh, if they scored 60?
No, if they score 49, they're proficient.
Oh, it was a 49.
49s
right.
are
So
green.
49. All right. So in order for you all to really see who those kids are, this is our list. So we have 126 of 131 that we need. All of these at the top are only 7 points away, according to the data.
Yeah.
About 7 points away. So these students would definitely be on your list. In addition, I finally understand what this district profile is. I mean, I knew what it was, but now I understand the colors. Because sometimes a 9 will be in yellow or red, and I was like, how is a 9 in yellow or red if they're at the higher end of the spectrum? It has to do with attendance, suspensions, referrals, things like that. So sometimes you might see a number 9, which means that their test scores are good, maybe their GPA is good, but then everything else might be affecting them. And they will put them at risk. So over here in this far column where it says district rating, the greens mean that they're on track, they're doing everything that they should be doing, and more than likely they can meet their goal. If we scroll down, and the numbers, the higher the number, the better.
Okay.
All right, so the 10s,
As long
the
as it's in
9s,
green.
Yep, and if it's in green, right. So I'm looking for like a yellow or red, who is like a 7, an 8, or a 9.
We ain't got him.
Which is good for you all.
Keep head down. We'll get to mine.
That's
We
it.
don't have any.
All right. So what this tells us
Dominic
is that
squiggling in the red.
what this tells us under the district profile is that many of our students can do it, even the ones in the yellow. All right, they're not at risk. But when we look at their data, you all look at their PY, so you look at that ELA to say, okay, this student is a strong reader, and then we also look at where they scored for your civics. So let's look at that. Rivera, this person up here. Oh, I hope it's not one of yours. No, it's not yours. No, it's
She would be a good example because remember I was she scored 4, but bombed on this.
On civics?
Yeah.
Okay, alright, but this student is a low 1 on reading, and he's a 2, or she is a 2, you can't see it?
No, I had.
Is a 2 for civics, and they were only 7 points away, okay? And then we have these guys, this right here is your bread and butter. Anybody who was in green,
On what part?
previous year.
Okay.
Those are the ones that we consider green and blues.
Yeah,
Blacks
see?
are strong
Yeah.
readers.
Macaroni.
That's my favorite girl. Yeah, they literally call her macaroni. It's Marconi, but
Oh.
they literally call her. No,
Well,
the
it
kids
says
do call her
Y, and I was
macaroni.
just thinking Yankee Doodle.
Yeah, I know. It's Jocelyn. They literally call her macaroni. It's so cute.
So these guys, we want to make sure that they go on the list.
Okay.
Look,
And
their
that's what
district profile is strong. Their prior year in ELA, not civics, is strong. And right now they're only 7 points away. And then we have these guys as well. Now let's get down to our
Yellows?
our yellows and our reds, because those are the guys that
We don't have any
Okay,
red.
we're looking at prior.
these guys right here. So
If
these
you don't say it,
reds,
if you don't know, they don't exist.
this is
What
going.
first two?
Person. The one she's pointing at. Right
Well,
So,
they don't belong to me. Highlight over
there.
there.
Hey, Edgelin, that's you. It's your class.
Refocus,
Here's one.
please.
Yes, that's Desmond.
oh,
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember Desmond.
Yeah.
red
Mhm.
or yellow, pink, whatever, pink. But they score. The ELA is low, but they score good on the civics.
Not necessarily all of them, let me, because I kind of confused it. So the pink is they're right on the bubble. They might be maybe 10 to 20
Yeah.
points away from scoring proficient.
Okay.
And what was your other part to that?
What does 1H mean? They're a high one?
High.
So
They are a high 1, so they're almost a 2
Okay.
in reading.
Okay.
So,
So
yeah, low,
There's
2
3
L,
buckets
2
for
H,
reading.
1 M.
Okay.
One, yeah, A, B's, and C's, and then the C's are the highs.
Okay. So in this
So
case,
even if their previous year is low, and if their previous year is low and they score high on the ELC, do we still put them in a higher?
I still would,
If they,
yeah.
so should we
All
focus
of
on
these
the
kids
high
right here,
twos?
all the kids in this list, they gotta go on your list. All 126 of them.
Oh, amazing.
All of them.
So should we focus on the high twos and the low twos and then bring in the high ones?
Mhm.
And not saying ignore like the low ones, but
Right.
the high ones
But
who
to
are
start with,
closer
for
to
sure,
the twos.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or
Everybody.
all 126, never mind. All the highs,
yeah, I
lows,
was
and
just about to
upside
say
down.
that. 126 of them is your focus. So my question to you all is, for each group, we need to come up with a plan. And then as a team, you all can separate those students in amongst you all,
Okay.
or you can separate them in the classroom,
Okay.
or by task. Like there are many different ways that we could remediate and enrich at the same time. So first part is, yes, all of these kids right here go on that list. All 126 of them. And then you'll find the other 5 in your red zone. Hold on, I don't know what I just did. What did I do? What did I click? I must have clicked on that student.
I think you like start highlighting them or something.
Alright. So our 5s and our 4s are good. Not to say that you want to ignore them, you want to make sure that those students are still coming to school,
Okay.
completing assignments and all things like that. So let's look at, the intervention that I shared.
Mhm.
We can look at that to see what strategies you all are going to commit to for each group. And it doesn't have to be a large amount of strategies. You can focus on maybe graphic organizers for one, and then maybe Cornell notes for another, like you have different options.
So one of the things I went ahead and put on there, because I've been kind of thinking about, and you all can decide too, you mentioned the notebooks earlier.
Oh, I like what you said.
So I put vocabulary notebook specifically because vocabulary, reading, inferences, most of what I'm noticing they're struggling with is understanding, recalling the definitions and how to apply it to the question. So if we can get them all, like the one subject notebooks, and fill it with, this is how we're word mapping or we're organizing our vocabulary and just make it a specific civics vocabulary notebook. Is that something we can get
Yeah.
through? Okay,
Yeah.
so
So
we can do it for like
picture,
all the
you'll-
civic students can get that and they can all copy it down in one specific notebook and they can keep it with them and review it, and then I can send a messenger to all parents, hey, review these terms, they should have it in their civics vocabulary notebook, we just gave the term, and then we can let them know, hey, they're getting a spiral notebook that they're to use just for civics vocabulary. This is the purpose of this. It combines kind of like everything that we've been talking about, and this will help all students too, not just, I mean,
We
specifically
can use
target them.
we also can take the civics
was just
test, the benchmark, the civic test questions. And we can put them in there as well too, and that can be used as spiral, kind of put it, okay, these, you know, don't, of course not all of them, but these questions go with this set of vocabularies. So they can connect the vocabulary terms with the questions.
Like
trying to
the
find out-
questions we've already used.
Yeah, we can use the ones, even the ones we haven't used.
You can use your essential questions too.
Yeah.
You can use
Okay.
your essential
Yeah,
questions.
even the ones like we haven't used,
And
like that we were
for
using for
the-
bell ringers and exit tickets and.
My only question,
Which one?
with the vocabulary notebook, because there's multiple ways, will they be writing terms and writing definitions, or will they be using it to, with processing?
The way I like to do mine is processing. One of the organizers I like to use is the learning focus one, where I give them the civics definition, because in civics a lot of times the definitions need to be specific, but then I will have them say, what does that look like? And what is an example of that in use? So that would be the processing part of that, like here's the term and the definition.
Yeah.
Now you tell me, what does that mean in your own words, like kind of synonyms? And then the processing part, what are examples? When would you see this used? So like if I'm talking about like judicial review, my example would be Marbury versus Madison.
Yeah,
That's
and-
the Supreme Court case that said it.
And in the book, we can take a question, an EOC style question, and apply it to that section.
Like
we can
take like
it
a Marbury versus Madison question
yeah,
and
put
say
it in there.
this, it goes with judicial review.
And you can, we can even take it and do, okay, dedicate, first, 1.2, these are terms that you should know. Here are a few EOC style questions to go along
Okay.
with it. And we can find some that
So
actually use that.
since Fred's
Yep.
not here today, how do we get on that?
We can figure that out. And also with that, what I'm gonna recommend is, figure out what kind of graphic organizers you wanna use. It doesn't have to be printed, it can be something simple that they can just put in their notebook. Here's an example of, something we do in science for vocabulary. If you look, you see the word definition and the picture. Generally, the students are responsible for filling in the information. Like the picture would be theirs, and then maybe they'll have a definition in their own words, and maybe we'd give them the definition.
Is there not gonna be pushback on the amount of paper at that point that we're gonna be?
No, you're
Well,
not gonna print it.
we're not
This would be
gonna-
something they would
Yeah,
write,
they would
and it
just
wouldn't
copy
be-
it down, like we would
Okay.
project it on the Prometheum,
Okay.
and then they would just copy it down by hand.
And it wouldn't be something, so let's say for time and speed, maybe it's something you guys do for bell works. Like, alright,
Right.
first
Yeah.
10 minutes of class,
Right.
these are your
And it can be
vocabulary
like
terms for the
Like-
day, your question,
Like this is,
and, yeah, something like this.
that's what it looks like, that's
Yeah.
the learning focus one, where you
So,
put
you guys
that
seen
in
this
the.
before. So something like that where they can draw it in, or organize it in a way that it comes out like this, but graphic organizers, because then you'll be touching on your ELL and your ESC students. And then, you know,
I have to see
So,
it done.
under
Those are
vocabulary
great.
notebook, also put, the use of graphic organizers. Well, let's go to lunch.
Okay.
And then we'll come back, and there are lots of different strategies.
Got it. Okay. I'm down for that.